Hello champions, how are you doing? An employee wanting to become an entrepreneur asked me this question: how do I become the chosen one in this pandemic situation? So this video is to answer that question. To my dear employers, share this video with your team, with the employees that you have. They will know what they need to do, and that in turn will help you. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 3 things that every employee must do during this time to be the chosen one. And yes, I'm also going to cover how an employee could adopt entrepreneurship. And employers, don't worry. I am going to say things that will help you and them together. Keep watching. Welcome back champions. Well, a successful company always knows how to navigate their kites in the direction of the wind. That is exactly what you want to do as well. On 8th of August at 8 p.m, I'm coming up with a free webinar called Get Set Online. If you are an employer who's confused whether you should go online or not go online, you are confused with the jargons, SEO, organic, ads, then this webinar is for you. If you are somebody who thinks that, oh, I don't have enough money to start with this, then this webinar is for you. I'm going to be discussing whether your business should or should not go online. If it has to, which platforms, how to go about doing low cost or no cost online marketing to get your business in the direction of the wind. Read trends of the world. So be there. The link for registration is in the description box. Dear employees, if you want to be the chosen one for anything, you got to understand that thing very, very well. You got to understand the circumstances of that thing very, very well. Remember, only people who add value to somebody else's life get value in return. It's never the other way around. So let's understand the situation. Most markets are not earning as much as they used to earn before. In fact, there are millions of companies which are struggling to meet ends right now. Let me explain this economics to you very, very simply. When there is a lockdown, which we were in and we are in partially in some places, you as employees do not travel. This is only one facet, by the way. When you don't travel, you are not buying food from the local food stalls that you earlier used to buy when you used to travel for office. You probably are not buying raincoats and umbrellas because you don't need them. You are working from home. What happens when you don't buy? The umbrella manufacturer, the food stall guy does not earn. When they don't earn, what do they do? Very easy. What do you do when you don't get enough salary? You cut cost. You don't buy non-essential things. That is exactly what they do. They also cut cost. Moral of the story, long story short, when you don't spend, you are making sure somebody else is not earning enough. When somebody else is not earning enough, he is also spending less, and this cycle goes on. Now, having understood this situation, think of an entrepreneur. Think of the person for who you work. Especially small and medium-sized companies. Here is an entrepreneur who continues to pay for his rent, for his EMIs, for his compliances, accounts, etc., for his taxes, GST that he has collected, and the salaries to whatever extent he is able to do without any income. What do you guys think? Is the money raining from the top? No, it's not. The entrepreneur is taking a risk. He's either taking the money from the bank, which only he is supposed to pay off, or he's utilizing his savings to make sure that his family, his business stays afloat. Now, I am not trying to glorify your employer here. No, I'm not trying to do that. In fact, if you see the rest of my videos, I am the first one to punch the employer in the face and tell them you are not actioning. But having said that, I have great respect for entrepreneurs because they are the ones why your house as an employee keeps running. So what is it that is expected out of an employee right now? And whatever is expected, if you do that, you are going to be the chosen one. Number one, be a part of the company. Remember, if you stand with the group, you will ultimately benefit. If you move out of that group for whatever reason, you are going to be standing either alone or in an unknown territory, maybe your new employer. Don't charge at your employee. This is no time to ask for appraisals and increments, because if you ask for that, one thing is for sure, you're not going to get it. And even if you get it, the employer is going to always remember you asked him for your benefit without looking at how the company's current status is. If you're thinking of making these demands and you feel that it is reasonable, well, it is not. And you are able to do this only because the employer chose to hire you. Let us respect that very fact and not go charging the employer. Number two, make yourself useful. In the current scheme of things, the best thing that you can do is adopt technology that will help you work well from home, and it will also help you guide the others. Don't wait for a leadership title. Be a leader without a title. Help the others. First, of course, learn yourself. Simple things like Microsoft Excel, Google Sheets. These are things that you can learn on YouTube if you don't know. These are things that you can learn by doing things yourself. So what if you've not done any of these things in the past? Start doing them now. If your employer is introducing a new software, a new ERP, be the first one to learn that. Remember, to be in the job, you got to stay relevant. And relevance today is of a person who is able to work in the current environment. The last and the most basic thing that I can ask any one of you to do is not waste time simply because you are asked to work from home. Add value. Be more available. Do extra things. Don't restrict yourself to the profile. I'm not saying that do everything, but whatever extra you can pick up, pick that up. There is a lot that needs to be done. Whatever activities you were doing before, it needs to double up to get the same or reasonable results of all you care. Point number three, you want to be an entrepreneur? Well, boss, this is the time. Let me tell you what an entrepreneur is. An entrepreneur is somebody who first spots the problem. Second, adjusts himself to that problem. Third, invests himself in that problem solution, and then wait for the returns to come back. Which means what? You can term yourself as intrapreneur, and that's exactly like an entrepreneur. The only difference is the spelling. You need to identify the problem. The problem today I already have outlined. You need to make sure that you get skilled and position yourself in a way that you are a valuable resource in that specific problem. How to do that? I just outlined. Be technologically savvy. Learn technology. Do more than what you used to do earlier. Third, invest yourself first. If your employer is not able to pay you salary, doesn't matter. You as an entrepreneur don't get paid salary anyways. You get paid only when you add substantial amount of value to somebody else. If your employer is not paying you today, you got to start thinking, am I relevant today to be paid in the first place? And if the answer to that is no, then you got to upskill yourself. As an entrepreneur, I follow a lot of good people. One of the person that I follow is called Gary V. He's an international motivation speaker, business guy, social media speaker, etc., etc. He says that if you are not able to charge for what you are doing, then maybe it's worth free. And that's what I want to tell you today. If you are not able to earn the salary that you are asking for what you're doing, then probably the worth of that activity today is zilch, zero. Offer it for that. Now, a lot of you may ask me this, Hardik, wouldn't it be safe for us to leave this job and join somewhere else? Of course, that's a choice that is always open, was always open, and will remain open. But remember something, guys. A successful person is the one who does not run away from the problem, because they are always going to come and they are not going to give you a notice and come. What is the guarantee that your new employer won't struggle? May not struggle with the pandemic and the current lockdown, but what if they have different struggles to offer to you? If you don't know how to overcome struggles, the only thing that you know is when you see a struggle, how to run away from it, you will have a problem in your career, my friend. Face the struggle, create a solution, don't run away. That is not a character that can be with anybody who is successful in the eyes of the world. So all the employees, if you like this video, hit a thumbs up. Share with everybody else. Remember, we are all into problems. All of us have our share of stresses. Whether you agree to this or no, be together. This is a time when a team together, very well glued, will win. All the employers, you should share this video with your fellow people, your fellow employers, your vendors, your customers, so that they can share this video with their teams and they would get this message. If you've not subscribed to this channel, do consider subscribing. I'm here to answer questions exactly like this. That is what gives me energy when I add value to your life. So until we meet next time, keep propelling.